Hello everyone, and
Hello.
welcome to this unexpected Black Friday / Thanksgiving live stream. And my name is Daria. I'm the former comm dev on Division 2, and today with me.
We haven't fired Daria. Don't worry.
No, they actually just gave me another job, but I'm still required to stream, so. It is what it is. I guess you guys are stuck with me for the time being.
So am I. I'm also required to stream, so we're
It's
both
true.
here against our will.
It's true though. They keep us chained to the streaming chair, so we cannot leave. But yeah, today with me is Yannick, my usual co-host.
Hello.
And yeah, to give you guys an overview of what we're planning to discuss today. So of course we'll talk about Seasons 2.0 next steps. I know that Yannick has an entire list, handwritten list of changes he prepared specifically for this live stream. A lot of things that he wants to share with us, right?
I decided to take notes this time and come a bit more prepared.
Yeah, so see, I'm not putting him on the spot. I know that he is well prepared and ready. We'll also tease the upcoming winter event. We'll talk about the background rewards, the Lexington guns, and some of the nice things that you might be getting noticed in the game. Also, as you probably saw, if you haven't, please look at the chat. We are running a giveaway for the Stockholm bundle outfits. So all the rules are there. You just basically enter it by typing the hashtag Stalker2, and that would automatically add you to the giveaway. And a few lucky winners gonna get contacted after the live stream and get their prizes. But that's not it. There are some other things regarding Stalker as well, and we'll talk about it a bit later. Also, we have a gameplay build that we're gonna show. Do not expect any modes or balancing changes. It's mostly and to start, get your list with the changes.
Let's start with season 3.
Yeah, let's start with the season 3.
Alright, I'm gonna take my notes. Old school paper. Yeah, no. So Seasons 2.0. Well, we've been looking at the feedback. We've got a lot of feedback with PTS, and now that Seasons 2.0 is out, it's good that it's out because now we get to actually work with concrete feedback and data. So we know what we can see, what works, what doesn't, what you enjoy, what you enjoy less. So it makes our job much easier now to actually figure out how do we make it better. So with that, there's a bunch of things we're looking at, and I want to mention some of them here on some of the things we want to change. And just bear in mind that none of that is timed somewhere. Don't expect those changes to come in the near future. I don't know yet. I cannot promise that all of them will be here by the next update, but at least so you know what are the kind of things we're looking at to improve Seasons 2.0. I think first I'm going to start with some of the changes we're going to bring this season. And some of them are just reactions to feedback that we've gotten from you. And the first one is that we are going to give control to the group leader on the activation and the modifier. So as you know now it's a bit of a mess. I think we've talked about it already in the past. The fact that we don't really know when you matchmake where you're going to end up and how you handle the rules of that. So we're going to have it clearer. So if you show up in or if you matchmake with a group, whatever status the group leader has in terms of modifiers being activated or not will apply to the entire group. So it is the group leader that will decide. It's gonna work the same as global events, basically. So hopefully now everybody will be on the same under the same status, and we're not going to have the issue where someone has their modifier on and you have it off, and then you don't have your modifier, but the hostile modifiers are still applying. This is not going to happen anymore. It's going to be the same experience for everyone. We're removing him. We've removed the rate as well, so that consistency between what you said and what you do. They were not on the PTS, they were on the build. We've removed them now. So nobody fires in raid. One thing also we are doing, or we've done, is adding the battle pass XP to all priority objectives, so you no longer have to choose when you're doing priority objective. You no longer have to choose between gaining, like progressing your season reward with battle pass rewards or other rewards. Now it's every priority objective will give you battle pass XP and then the other reward that you choose. So to try to be imaginary. We are also going to make some adjustments to the hostile modifiers for this season. So obviously the two culprits here, which are Recruiter and Master of None, which are the ones that have, of course, I think frustrated the most part of all of you and all of us, to be honest, myself included. So we're going to make changes to them to make them less punishing, so change the way Requital works, so it's going to be a bit more intuitive and a bit easier to understand when the damage actually gets reflected and how to counter that, with better feedback also in terms of the icon and the UI. And Master of None we're also going to change to especially get rid of the shock effect and change that to something else, so you're no longer going to have the issue of NPCs with Master of None that are just taking you out of cover all the time. So these are changes that are going to be coming very soon in a future patch to at least reduce some of the frustration we've seen with the existing proposition of modifiers. But then on top of that, we also have much more changes we're looking at, but are probably going to come a bit later next season and maybe even after that. So just to talk a bit about some of the things we would like to change. Well, first let's talk about modifiers. So as we've seen and as I see in the chat already in some of the comments with modifiers. This is the first version we have in this season. We've talked about it. This is the first iteration. We're going to every season will come with new modifiers. So every season we will learn from the previous one, and until we hit the perfect formula for modifiers. But overall, we know that some people prefer to play without them. I do think that for the most part it is because of the hostile modifiers part, because it's as we've said with Requital and Master of None, it's not always fun. But our goal ultimately is to make sure that you want to have the modifier on, because gameplay is just going to be more fun. And there's a few things we're going to do with that. First, we have, I'm not going to go in details here, but we've taken that into account in designing the next modifier for the next season. So I think that one is going to be pretty cool. We are streamlining and simplifying the hostile modifiers for the next season as well. So it's going to be something that's a bit more simple and less punishing. Really a bit more about modifier gives you a bonus, hostile modifier counters that bonus, but does not actually impact your gameplay the way it does right now. So it's really just about negating potentially some of the effect of your modifier, but nothing beyond that. Because ultimately we want the modifiers to just be fun and be a boost for players. So it's like you play with the modifier, you get the boost. The hostile can potentially counter some of that, but it's never going to make you weaker than what you would be without the modifier. We are looking at, and that's been one of the requests as well, we are looking at adding a bonus when you play with the modifier active. So I know that we've said we were a bit on the fence with doing that, because we don't want you to force yourself to play with the modifier just to get the bonus, but I think there's a right balance we can find in trying to find a bonus that is just an addition, just a small plus, so you feel rewarded for playing with the modifier, but without missing out if you really choose to play without the modifier. But once again, our goal is to make you want to play with the modifier, because it's just going to be more fun. We are looking at the pacing, and I will get back to that, but you're going to unlock the modifiers faster also. So in the progression, in future seasons, we want the modifiers unlocked to come faster, the active and the passive ones. So it takes a bit less time to get all the toys and just have fun with them. This is a long list, so bear with me here. We are looking at the trigger conditions for the active modifier. So we know that now it's a bit of an issue that you have to aim down sight before you can trigger the active modifier. So we are looking at changing that to make it a bit easier to trigger. Overall, we want to make improvements to the HUD and the visual feedback on the modifiers as well, making sure that it's clearer, especially when you have an active modifier that is triggered and that is active, in terms of the timer and how long will it stay active, and when you actually increase the duration by your actions, have much better feedback there, so you have better control over what's happening. But also, looking at making the active modifiers last a bit longer, probably, so you really have a more interesting benefit from triggering them. Then on the season journey, so one shift we want to do is to really try to give it a bit more purpose, because right now the season journey is a bit of a mix of a lot of things. It's your main progression path towards unlocking modifiers, towards gaining Battle Pass progression. It's also meant as a kind of a progression thing for new characters, level 1 characters, so it's meant to teach the game. We're going to try to clarify that. We're going to separate the progression part for new players from the experience of a level 40 player, so you're no longer going to have just buy an item at the vendor and these things that are supposed to introduce features. This will be segregated outside of that, so you will have objectives that are more interesting and more gameplay related towards what is the reality of your gameplay as a level 40 player. We want to focus a bit more on the modifier, actually, the season journey, so try to make the objectives more about, you unlock the modifier, you have objectives about using this modifier, then you get to the next mission, you unlock a new active modifier, then the objectives will be about using that new one that you've unlocked, and then you unlock the next one, and then you use it. So a bit more as an initiation to the modifier. And also all the modifiers will be unlocked through the season journey, so active and passive. So we're taking the passive out of the priority objectives, and everything is going to be on the season journey. So really, the season journey will become your main way of progressing the modifier and unlocking all of it. Then what else do I have here? We are looking at the balancing of all of the objectives on the season journey. So there's some of them are too grindy, the numbers are just too high and it takes ages to do them. Overall, that's not our intention, to make you grind for dozens of hours just to fill a bar until you unlock one part of the whole thing. So we want to make them less grindy, and maybe looking at not necessarily gating behind missions, the progression of objectives, but that's still in discussion, so we'll see if we want to do that. As I said, the season journey right now is also your main means of progression of the Battle Pass XP, but we want to change that. So if what did I want to say? My PC just okay, sorry, my PC just died, but it's back. When it comes to Battle Pass progression, so as we said, we've given more Battle Pass progression or Battle Pass XP on the priority objectives, but we are actually also looking at adding more granularity there. So we're going to be adding Battle Pass progression, Battle Pass XP on more sources, basically pretty much going to look at all the activities in the game and go back more to the way it was in the older season format, where you can play what you want and you will get progression. So you will less be, required to do the activities or the priority objectives or the season journey do give you. You can still do that. You will get progression through those, but you also can play whatever you want and you will get some progression as well. So really, if you're not interested in any of the objectives that are given to you, you can also just do whatever you want in the game and get progression there. I'm almost there, I promise. We are looking at being a bit more generous with the rerolls on priority objectives. We are going to have a pass on all the activities that are available in priority objectives to remove the ones that are too rare, especially in the open world. So, you know, the Warhound convoys, elite resource convoys, and those that spawn on a rarer occasion. So when you have a priority objective that is about that and none of them are on the map, it's not fun. So we might just remove them. We're going to modify the descent one because right now we have an issue with, since it's just asking you to do a couple loops, people just matchmake, do the couple loops, and then leave the group and leave you alone. So so we're going to look at changing that one to avoid that kind of behavior. What else do I have? No, that's actually the end of my list.
Thank you. Great.
These are some of the things.
There was actually a really good question in the chat while you were reciting all the upcoming changes. Not really a question, more of a suggestion. Would it be possible for the modifiers to be saved and be enabled once you log back in? Because right now you need to equip them again.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good point. That's something we need to look at. I am not prepared on that one. I don't know if we have it already fixed or not, but that's something we need to fix.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a good suggestion from the chat regarding all that. But also another thing to mention on the site is that we'll definitely answer all the questions, most likely in the end, of course, if we see anything, because this setup allows us to read the chat. We'll try to answer them. But since, and I understand that people started spamming the giveaway command, you only need to enter it once. You don't need to spam it constantly. So let's just be mindful of the chat going way too fast. And if you guys want us to be able to see your messages, it's best to slow down a little bit, because there are going to be other ways for you to get the bundle, and we'll talk about it. So anything else we want to talk about regarding Seasons 2.0 or?
No. I wanted to react to a couple comments on, it's not Seasons 2.0 related, but I've seen some mentions of bugs, so I just want to acknowledge them. Audio, the rifle audio issue, that's something we're aware of, that we're trying to figure out. It's a tricky one, but it's something we're investigating. I said a couple, but I forgot what the second one was, but I'm sure it's going to come back in chat.
Yeah, most likely. And yeah, should we move on then?
I would love to see some journey progress shared by people in group. Actually, that's something we're investigating. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it because it's actually tricky also, but we would like to make sure that the on-kill objectives apply to the whole group. So you're not punished by playing in a group and therefore your kills get stolen by someone else in the group. We would like that to apply to the whole group. But we'll see if we can pull it off, because it's more complicated than it sounds.
And before Yannick finds another question to answer, let's move on, because it's holidays time. It was supposed to be Jingle Bells effect, but I never actually asked anyone for that, so it's like, let's imagine that it's here. And for the winter event, we actually prepared a small teaser for you guys to see, and then we'll be able to show the outfit in game. Yeah, here it is. So the event itself is going to start on December 10th. So there's just a little bit of time left. It's not going to be a very long one. Those of you who played the last year's winter event know that it usually consists of a project with a few objectives, and here you can see a calendar. What's important to know about this specific one is that going to feature 2 tracks, easy track and a hard track, and both tracks will feature different set of rewards. So the outfit, it's called Rudy outfit, because Rudolph, I think it's quite obvious. It's going to be part obtainable through the easy track. The knee pads that you saw in the end of the video with the snow VFX, available through both tracks, easy and hard. And hard track also going to feature extra XP, named caches, optimization caches, recalibration caches, and some exotic components. And the main idea behind this specific winter event is all that the missions designed around time trials, and you will be given a time objective to complete each specific mission. And if you manage to complete it before the time runs out, you're going to be granted the reward automatically. So also if you want to show the outfit now, because there is a lot of things for me to talk about.
I can show it. Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to mention, to talk about the time trials quickly, because that's something we said we wanted to bring back. So as you know, with Seasons 2.0, we did not bring back the leagues because it didn't really fit with this format. But we said we like the idea of time trials, so that's something we've done with the winter event. Now we are going to start seeing projects that the objectives are actually time trials. So it's going to be complete that mission under that time. So it's cool. It's going to be a new type of project, a new type of objective. So I'm glad we got it to work. I don't know what you want me to do. This is just this is the outfit in action.
Just move around. I don't know. Do some jumping jacks. Another thing that I wanted to. It was a joke, but it's nice to see it in action. So another thing, you don't need to choose only one reward track. You can complete both and collect all the rewards. So that's one of the good opportunities to busy yourself while we all wait for the actual winter holidays to start. And the new knee pads, the snow machine knee pads, are going to be available through the track. Both tracks actually going to feature it, and once you obtain it through the track, you can the hoarder, the loot goblin, gonna drop it as well. But yeah, that's pretty much how it is for almost every event. And you can also expect other seasonal exclusive items to drop with the hoarder. And as usual, he and other NPCs going to be wearing nice Santa hats. And the items from previous events are going to be from winter, summer, and even the mooncake. So if you miss those, it's your chance to get those. Yeah, it's actually pretty much it. But like before the live stream, Yannick and I were debating about the horns on the mask that Rudy features, because I find it very cute.
On the die, I would look at horns and think it's cute.
But it is cute, especially with this small reindeer nose.
Well, someone said we could at least make the nose glow, which it's true. It's not glowing.
I mean, it's shiny. It's like a small Christmas ornament in a way. But it also reminds me of the Krampus. And I know that's also something that we wanted to do for a long time. Like, we don't have a Krampus outfit, but maybe that would inspire Pali to finally do something.
To finally do something.
No, but this one is actually very cute. I love it. And yeah, once again, event starts on December 10th and gonna last up until December 26th. So there is plenty of time to complete all the objectives, and objectives is usually gonna be unlocked in order. So all of them become available daily, but you can you need to finish the previous one for you to be able to move to the next one. But and of course, in the end of the event, there is going to be a few days extra time for you to catch up. So you do not necessarily need to start playing on 10th. You can do that later, but just be sure to finish everything by 26.
People asking if we fix the loot goblin and if they will be able to get the harvest. I mean, yeah, the harvest is in the loot pool, so you should be able to get it from the loot goblin as well. As usual, it's going to have a chance to drop any of the old items from past events as well. So you should be able to get it there.
Yeah, as I mentioned, winter, summer, and mooncake, all of them going to be there. So if you were not playing Division last year during the winter event, this is also your chance to get the cute Tommy backpack that we had last year.
Yeah, I know that there's been a lot of questions in chat, not related, but I'll address it on global events in Division 1. Unfortunately, we don't have any groundbreaking news here. There's been no breakthrough on our investigation, so we still are not able to bring them back. But not giving up hope that we will manage to do it. But it's unfortunately we don't have any news in that on that front today.
Yeah, but still on the list, it's still a big priority, especially now that we have the rewards in both Division 1 and Division 2.
So sneakily, this was also Lexington gameplay, by the way. I was using the Lexington weapon. So that's is that a segue into the veteran?
I mean, I wanted to talk about friend referral first, but yeah, okay. we can actually keep the gameplay going. As for the friend referral, there is not a lot of new things to mention. Just a reminder for those of you who may have missed this information. Oh, that's a cute raccoon. It's been such a long time since I saw a raccoon. Sorry.
Sorry, I missed it. Maybe I just went under the voice just to make you react.
I need to drink some water.
I don't usually shoot at wildlife in the game, but just to trigger Daya, I might have done it.
So see, this is... Oh my god. I'm already triggered. But coming back to the friend referral and trying to be nice and helpful here, you know, being an animal lover and whatnot. If you missed that the friend referral has been updated, it's actually a completely revamped system now. You can get Insurgent uniform and Insurgent backpack as a veteran player, as the one who invites the new recruits. And if you're a new recruit, there is also a perfect opportunity for you to get the Stinger, Hunter outfit, LMG, and the backpack trophy. That is the reward that used to be available through the previous iteration of the friend referral, but now we kind of bringing it back with a twist. So make sure to invite a person, play with them for 2 hours, and those nice outfits are yours. And now it is a segue into the veteran rewards that a lot of you guys in the chat seem to be aware of, because that is something that been released in the game this morning.
Yeah.
And to explain what the Veteran Rewards program is basically we wanted to design something to commemorate the years of service and the fact that some of you has been with the franchise, with the game since Division 1, and also avid players in both Division 1 and Division 2. And for the majority of you, you might be able to get it by logging in the game today. You will get the Lexington gun and 3 skins based on the different eligibility levels. Do I need to recite them, or will? Oh, there is information, so I don't really need to read it.
It's very small on this screen we have in front of us.
It's a
very tiny screen like that.
Yeah, so it's a very tiny screen. But basically, if you first logged in Division 1 or Division 2 after November 28th, you'll get the bronze reward. The silver one is available for those who logged in between January 2 and November 27 this year, and gold for those who logged in to the game before January 1st, 24. So pretty much everyone should get one of those rewards, and rewards can be accumulated, all 3 of them. So if you're eligible for all 3, you're going to get all 3. One thing that is important to mention that if your inventory is full, you might experience issues with getting those rewards. And that is something that the team is aware and working on a solution, and will find a way to deliver rewards to everyone who might be missing them.
Yeah, it's I see a lot of that in chat. People didn't get their Lexington because their inventory is full. And yeah, that's the problem, because the weapon goes directly into your inventory. So so if the inventory is full, the weapon is not delivered. But as Daria said, we're gonna try to fix that, and we'll make sure everybody gets it.
Yeah, and Lexington is also going to have all the attributes maxed out right from the start. So it's going to be very nice, reliable gun.
I see someone asking if the Lexington can be moved to their level 40 character because they logged into their mule character. I mean, if it's on the same account, you can just use the stash. So you should be able to transfer it with the stash to another character.
But also the rewards itself are not account wide, from what I know, unless they can be moved through the stash. But it's actually, I think we need to confirm this information. But it's also best not to claim those on a hardcore character, just to be safe.
Yeah, hardcore you shouldn't. Yeah. Any plan to increase stash size? I'm going into Q&A mode. We've talked about it. We are looking at it. We have some ideas.
I don't know if you maybe want to show the skin and inspect it closer in the build.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of really nice details that otherwise you might not be able to notice while looking on the art.
Just to be clear, Lexington is just a skin M4, right? No special talent or anything. It's actually an LVOAC, fully auto. So that's a weapon that doesn't exist anywhere else in the game. It's coming back from Division 1. So that's what makes it special. It's a named, not because it has a perfect talent or a perfect stat. It's because it's a rifle that's a fully auto, or an assault rifle. Looking at, you were asking me to show the skins, right?
Yeah, the Lexington skin.
That's what you want.
Yeah, because there are so many cute little details you can see here.
That's the bronze one. Mm-hmm.
And also, the talent is going to be random, but you can recalibrate it.
So this is the silver one. It's nice that it gets more detailed as you get from bronze to gold.
Really love the pattern with small phoenixes on it.
Okay, so if I get it right, the question on getting it to on the mule character is that the level of the Lexington is based on the character. Mine is level 30 for some reason.
It could be just because we had to spawn the model through the admin panel.
This is a cheat account with a cheat build, so don't take that for granted. That explains why I was using it, and I was like, damn, it's actually not doing a lot of damage. But it is, that's why. It's because it's level 30, I didn't notice that. And so that's the gold skin. So yeah, and it's actually one thing that we've started doing is have named items that now have perfect attributes, base attributes or core attributes. So it's not necessarily easy to spot, but you will see it here that the damage is more yellow than the rest of the stats. That means that this is a stat that is actually boosted compared to what the normal balancing of that weapon would be. So there will be more of those in the future as well. That will be not getting perfect attributes in here, but actually getting better core stats as well.
Nice, looks very pretty. For some reason, I now crave chocolate. Looking at this weapon skin.
Because okay.
Yeah, but
sure.
it has like this chocolatey elements. No. And also, did we mention that it has the third attribute? Yeah.
I see some people reacting or someone saying, damage to target out of cover or nerf. No, that's a level 30 Lexington, so that's probably why it's maxed out here with wrong stats.
Yeah, it's a test build account. Last time, Yannick got so many friend requests that we had to replicate his save and create a separate live stream account so people would stop bothering.
They're trying to protect me from you people.
And also because we need to grant you the outfit that is otherwise not available in the live game right now. And this is the only way for us to do that. See the benefits of being a dev.
Where can you get the harvest? You will be able to get the harvest on the Goblin during the winter event.
Yes, just start playing on December 10th. Spot the NPCs in the center hat. And yeah.
How dare they? I know. I know.
And yeah, the other thing that I wanted to mention is the Stalker collaboration that you guys are already aware of.
Yeah.
But there are some other surprises that we prepared together with the Stalker team. And first of all, I mean, the giveaway in the chat is already ongoing. But there are going to be more opportunities for you not only to win the free code of the Stalker bundle, but also the game itself. Because our partners from the Stalker team actually supplied us with some Stalker 2 game code. So we're going to be running 2 activities for you to participate in. One is going to be a Discord raffle, and from what I remember, it's starting tomorrow. So be sure to join our official Division 2 Discord. And another opportunity is to participate in the photo mode contest and submit the photos of your agent dressed in the style inspired by Stalker. And there are, I think, a lot of really nice locations in Division 2 where you can find a perfect shot. I know that there are a lot of agents in the community who are really into perfecting their skills as the digital photographers, so I guess this is a perfect opportunity for you guys to showcase your skills. And yeah, we can also show the outfits in the game.
Do I have them?
You do.
Let me...
You need to go to the apparel in the store.
So I don't have them directly here.
No, I mean you can try and find them. They should. I actually saw a few of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one here.
Yes, here is one.
And where are the other ones? This is not one.
Yeah, there is there's
one here. And that one. It's pretty good.
From the exclusion zone to the dark zone.
Yeah. And that's one as well.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. We ticked all the boxes. Now we can dedicate our time to fully answering questions from the chat.
We are back. We got rudely interrupted.
Their applause. Oh my God. Is it for me? Thank you so much. I know that there are a lot of serious questions, but there was one mention that you and I are wearing the same hoodie, the same shirt. It's actually true. Yeah, it's just the color is the same, but those are different shirts. But this is not the first time it's happening. It's been like that a few times before when we were supposed to stream, and like we just received a signal from space telling us this is how you're supposed to. This is the dress code for today.
We do not actually align our dress code.
But yeah, now it's time for serious questions.
So 5 times XP isn't working for some players, including yourself. Sorry to hear that. Is there any way to fix it? Not on your side. It's something we need to we are looking at. Unfortunately, the bug is still here. We had it last time already. We need to get that fixed. I've seen someone earlier asking how long is the 5 times XP going to run. It's running across the weekend, so I don't know exactly precisely when it ends, but
I just happen to have this page open, so it ends on the 1st of December by midnight.
Okay. My chat was paused. I was like, wait, we're not getting more questions. Can we have more loadout slots? Yeah, that would be nice. Yannick, have snow in Division 2 anytime. That's not the plan, no. LMB apparel event when? I missed the LMB.
No snow, no LMB. It's not their habitat.
New dark zone, new enemies, new incursion, new raid. I mean, yeah. Yes, to all of that. I would love that too.
Summit Center mask, from what I remember, it's going to be available. Yulmust mask. Yeah.
Cool.
Hold me accountable if that's not true.
Are apparel events a thing of the past since everything is costing $30? No, we are actually looking at. There's a couple of things we're looking at. One, it's having a bit more granularity when it comes to those kind of bundles. So you actually, could be able to choose and not have to buy the whole thing at once. That's something we're going to be looking at for the future. And apparel events, no, we are discussing how can we bring back apparel events under a new format. So it might not even be called apparel event anymore, but the idea of having an in-game event where you can unlock free cosmetics or buy them if you want, that's something we're investigating to bring it back. So it's the way you know them with the caches and keys every level and all of that. This is not going to come back, but the idea of having in-game events where you can with a progression where you can collect cosmetics, this is something we want to bring back.
There is a question from someone who never played Division 2 but played a lot of Division 1, and they're wondering if entering the game at this point difficult with these events. I would say that right now is a perfect opportunity to start playing Division 2 because it's the previous seasons made it so much easier for you to start playing as a new, completely new player and get a fast track to level 30 and level 40.
Can you make modifiers work with loadouts, please? It would be nice. I don't know if there's a technical limitation or if it's just an improvement we can make in the future, but that's good feedback. Patch notes. Well, we don't have patch notes because this is not about an update specifically. This is just a chat, just for us to give you some visibility on things we're working on and things that are coming for the game.
Yeah, but there are going to be patch notes because we have another update coming next week.
We do.
So
I mean, we need a patch to bring the events and all of that. Will there be classified gear coming? No, we're not bringing back classified as a concept into Division 2. Any news about Brooklyn DLC? Not today. Today is not the day.
Brooklyn will have its own time to shine.
It's we're working on it. It's coming along nicely, but still too soon.
Deserve a proper separate live stream. Is it possible to get the second Lexington?
Yeah, so what's becoming clear is, and sorry for misunderstanding earlier, is that it looks like if you get it on the mule character that is not level 40, Lexington is going to be scaled to the character level. We see I have a level 30 here, which means since you can only get one copy, then you're stuck with that copy. So we'll take it back to the team and see what we can do about it. Overall, we wanted to be generous with this and make sure everybody gets their own copy with max stats. So if that doesn't work the way we intended, we'll fix it. Open multiple boxes option. We don't have that yet. Would be nice. Can we be able to defend the White House sometimes against enemy attacks, like a horde mode on the White House? That would be cool, but you don't know that probably. But there's a lot of NPCs in the White House, so it's very hard to have enemies around it. Your consoles or your computers might die if we do that. So there are technical limitations around the White House that doesn't allow us to use it for as a game mode, not in the open world anyway, not like that. So could all comms be linked together in order to listen to it back? Yeah, it's not a bad idea to actually be able to listen to all of them together, not one by one.
There's a question about Chinese version of the game. These completely separate items, is it possible to get some over in Division 2? We actually got a few of them for the Mooncake event, for example. And yeah, those are two separate versions run by two separate teams. And this is not the version that Massive is running, but sometimes it is possible for us to exchange some outfits and gear. I know that a lot of people seem excited, me included, about the cat mask, and the giant dinosaur. But we're not talking about it yet. Me mentioning it doesn't mean anything. I just love how it looks. Will you make more modifiers? Yes.
Next season, yeah. Again, that's the plan. Every season we will bring new modifiers. So yeah, love for True Patriots. Yeah, actually, yeah, we I don't have like there's a bunch of further improvements and balancing changes we want to bring following the big pass we did with this update. Now that it's been out for a month, we have some pretty good insights as well in terms of balancing changes, what worked, what didn't. And there are also a few pieces of gear that have been left out from it or not didn't get the love that they needed. So we're looking at making more changes, more improvements. Overall, more leaning towards buffs on things that are still underperforming. And yeah, True Patriot is one of them. It's a gear set we're looking at. Have to cut the grind during the journey. Tough for casual players. Takes way too long. Yep, I agree. I mentioned it earlier, but this is something we want to reduce in the future and not have those less of those super grindy objectives with counts of hundreds.
The winter event starts on December 10th. And to answer questions about Division 3, once again, this is not the time, this is not the place.
Could you please consider replacing the weapon damage bonus in specializations trees to one single perk that applies to all? If you change weapon types on the fly, you miss out on those bonuses. Yeah, I think that's I mean, you know, we had planned a long time ago for a revamp of specializations. We didn't do it in the end because it didn't really reach what we were aiming for. But that being said, there's still a lot of improvements we could do to specializations without going into full revamp. And I think those damage bonuses could be something we revisit as well, because yeah, it's not super flexible right now, the ability to change those bonuses. What else do we have here? Are you aware that Umbra special talent breaks when fast traveling most of the times? I am not, but I can ask the team if somebody else is, and if that's something we're looking at. Any plans for PvP in the future right now? Nothing that we can communicate on at this point. But we are not forgetting PvP players. I know that there's a lot of PvP fans that just show up in those streams and hope for some breaking news. And every time we tell you, not today. There's a lot of expectations in terms of PvP improvements and new PvP content. So we know that, but I don't have any news for you today. When are we going to see the specialization rework? Well, the one we had started working on, that one you will never see because it wasn't good enough. But we still have it on the back of our mind to revisit specializations at some point. But we don't have anything concrete yet.
Crossplay progression. Not happening anytime soon, unfortunately. As for the raids and incursions, that is also something that we discussed a few times in the past. That's definitely on the table, all options are, but this is not something that we can reveal at this point. Can we use the modifier from this season in the next season?
Nope. No, when next season starts, it's gonna be a whole new set of modifier. That being said, we are looking at ways to bring back old seasons modifiers when we will be a few seasons behind us. We don't want to just throw all of that away. We want to be able to bring back modifiers that have been popular. So maybe we'll see if we can turn them into global events or something like that. Can you make exotic rifles fully auto as well? Well, we would need to design an exotic rifle as fully auto. We are not going to take the existing ones and make them fully auto. Even if we design a rifle as fully auto, then it's just an assault rifle.
There is one patient PvP person in the chat. Thank you so much. You are probably the one and only in the entire PvP community.
Well, it's the same. I saw someone, I don't know if that was trolling, but I saw someone in chat earlier asking if we could bring back the scuba diver uniform, and I'm like, that's it. We found the one player that wants the scuba diver.
I mean, honestly, the chat today weirdly seems like there are some like clones of myself asking about questions, because there was like a person asking for an emote of a Snake Plissken, and then somebody suggested that we have a Metal Gear apparel event, and we're like, this could be me.
I see a bunch of people asking for other gear from Division 1 to come to Division 2. That's not something we plan to do on a regular basis. We brought back Striker because Striker had such a strong fantasy and nostalgia in a way. So we did that a long time ago. Now we have Lexington. I mean, sometimes if the opportunity arises and we think it makes sense, we can. But overall, we don't plan to just make it a regular thing. It's just more special when it's rare.
There were also questions about drug of helmet, and it's another issue that's been under the investigation for quite some time now, and it's still something that we need to figure out. But that's something that the team is aware of and working on.
So if you Titan for calling you a troll, apparently it wasn't a troll. You won the scuba diver. Okay.
It was a fun one.
Fun was not the way it was qualified when we released it,
but this is the thing. Like usually, the fine arts only being appreciated after some time passes. So it's the same with the scuba.
You call the scuba diver fine art?
In the Museum of Modern Art, it can definitely be.
Is Division 1 servers being closed down soon? No, we are not closing down the servers of Division 1. Even though we still haven't been able to bring back global events, that doesn't mean we're shutting down the game, not at all. Survival mode in Division 2 or some game mode similar to the Division 1, we don't have plans to bring back survival in Division 2. No. It's the same, it's too special, it's perfect the way it is in Division 1.
Question about more journey levels after level 7.
What was that? Sorry.
Do we plan to have more journey levels after 7s?
I mean, that's that format is not fixed, right? So we will see next season what makes sense, so for this season we are not going to add new ones, but next season maybe it's not going to be 7, maybe it's going to be another count. Whatever makes sense with the progression pace we want. Someone is asking, many years ago some devs said that in-game there are you and Hamish as enemy, but nobody finds a clue about Hamish until now. I don't think there's a Hamish in the game, I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm pretty sure, not that I know of anyway. There's a me, which I did not request, but still, I get to be killed thousands of times every day by angry people. But that's a me privilege, apparently.
So another question about Harvester that you marked, but Harvester should be available through the Hoarder, the Loot Goblin, during the winter event that starts on December 10th.
Do you guys have any information at all about the missing Hunter Mask puzzle? Is that about the hook, the extra hook? I think I addressed that last time and made a lot of people sad, but it's not connected to anything. That hook, there's no missing mask to decipher for the community. It's just an empty hook for now. Lexington won't be in the Loot Goblin? No. What do we have in the future? More bundles like Rainbow Six? The example here is Splinter Cell. Well, Splinter Cell I don't know, but yeah, more collaborations like that. Yes, I mean if people like it, we can do more of them. We're always on the lookout for something that makes sense for us. The water gun from previous events, yes, it will also be back.
Yeah, event is gonna be featuring items from the last year's winter event, this summer's event, and also Mooncake.
What happened with the Nightmare event? Gosh, people have very good memories. It just, we just couldn't pull it off. We had some great ideas there on something we wanted to do alongside the partnership with Resident Evil, but it just, it didn't work out. It's one of those cases where we we talked too early before we were sure that the event would actually make it. So it's not coming. Can you bring back old apparel event, please? What one do you want to see? It's actually complicated now because since the season format changed, we cannot just re-enable apparel events. We will need to redo them. So I think it's more about making old apparel event content available in other ways.
Is Lexington farmable? No, it's not. You can only get it through the program at the moment.
When were you planning to repair the backpack's cosmetics? I'm not sure I understand what you mean, or if you're referring to a bug. I'm not familiar with it. Could it be possible to wear mask glasses with the monolith uniform? If it's not possible, there's probably a very good reason for it. I'm not the one who designed it, so I cannot tell you, but very often it's on a case-by-case basis, depending on how we design the outfit. Sometimes we allow for mask and glasses, sometimes we do not. So that has to do with the way the outfit is built. So unfortunately, if it's not possible here, it's probably for a good reason, which I am not familiar with.
More questions about DLC and raid. It's going to happen at some point. I mean, the DLC live stream, and we'll talk more about it, but definitely not soon.
There is a bug with backpacks not changing their equipped appearance slot modification, transmog. Is that what this is referring to? Again, I'm not familiar with this one. Are you sure it's not just that you have a skin equipped on that backpack? Because if you have in your apparel screen, if you have a skin on the backpack, it's going to overwrite whatever transmog you equipped to it in the mods.
And actually some apparel fixes are coming with the next patch, so it might get fixed soon. But yeah, it's best if you just tell us which item specifically you are talking about.
Yannick, some news about new hunter or hunters. Haven't you faced enough hunters lately? I feel like we've had a lot of hunters. Can we get the recruiter apparel back to the store? I'm sure it's gonna come back at some point. Any news about climax missions? Well, we're still working on the climax. Towards the end of the season, you will see the climax, and for the first time, there will be the master climax, as you know, which will be the new difficulty enabled on the climax mission. So I don't have any news on it except that, yeah, it's coming. We're working on it. I was playing it today.
Ducks? But how? I love this question. Sometimes ducks are ducking in this game. Any chance you got skins for skills in the works? It's not something I heard about. Why you were looking at me like that? Is it something that we plan?
Something we're looking at, yes.
See?
I was like, is she joking or not?
No, I honestly, this is the first time I'm hearing about this.
You hear it first. Yes, we have some that exist that are old from launch, I think, from pre-order or something, I don't remember, or some edition. That we're looking at making new ones. Lexington is way higher DPS than other high-end ARs. It looks like it should have been 800 RPM instead of 850. It isn't doing the recent balancing somewhat. I mean, we'll see. As usual, in the long run, if it turns out that it becomes an outlier and it's too strong, we might need to look at it. Sorry, means we might need to nerf. We will see. It is intended to have a higher DPS, as we've said, because it doesn't have any perfect talent or perfect stats. It has a perfect DPS in a way, so a stronger DPS than what normal balancing would enforce.
I can't believe that people are actually
on the DPS damage.
Asking for it to be nerfed. Already, it's been less than a day for it to be out in the wild.
Well, someone said it's too strong. No nerf, please, don't worry. We don't have plans to nerf it. No, we'll let you have fun with your new toy, don't worry. If it turns out that it's hurting the the variety in the game in the long run, then we will look at it. But for now, you can have as much fun as you want with it.
Don't listen, Lexington is perfect.
If there's no secret NPC as Hamish to find it, thinking about overall beside you and 2 secret bosses, can you confirm if there is any secret NPCs yet to be found on the game? I'm pretty sure people have found everything. I know that there have been hints in the past that players have not solved all the mysteries in the game. This is true in some way, in a way that people have brute forced their way through deciphering some of the hunter riddles and managed to trigger the hunters. So there are some intricacies in those riddles that, to our knowledge, have not been discovered, but that still the hunters that are connected to them have been defeated. It's just the way to make them spawn are actually not the accurate way it was designed. But there is no hidden secret in the game that hasn't been found.
Maybe people want to believe that there is something else to be uncovered.
Would be cool. Maybe there will be new secrets in the future, but not right now.
So there are questions about missing Twitch drops problem, and if you reached out to support and couldn't get an answer, just let us know on one of the official tweets what's your ticket number, and we'll try to investigate it for you. But if support couldn't help, I doubt that it will be possible for us, but we'll see what can be done.
Can we get more shade levels for the ×3 XP event, please? You mean the level cap? I'm pretty sure we said we were going to put this one at 1000 as well. If it wasn't the case last time, then that was a mistake, because that's something we wanted to do. Is the empty hook a placeholder? It's a hook that was put here because we had plans for a new hunter, and then we decided to change those plans. That's it. I have the full story.
Empty hook is the code for Fraser in Iron Horse raid.
I'm saying is it feels like Lexington is a hint. We're going back to Lexington Event Center. Nope, negative, Ramos. Has the specialization system just died off with no future inside? I mean, it still exists. The revamp that we were planning to it is on ice, and we don't have any short-term plans to bring it back. Is there any chance for new players to get past events items? Loot Goblin won't drop them for me. I've been playing for 2 to 3 months. Well, the thing, I'm assuming that maybe it's a misunderstanding, but you can only get those items from the Loot Goblin when there is an event that is running. So if there is no new event running, like the winter event that's coming now, the Loot Goblin will not have those items. It will only have them when there is a new item that is added to this Loot Goblin for the duration of an event. So that might be why, if you've been farming the Loot Goblin now, you didn't get anything, and it's by design. But once the winter event starts, then you should be able to get those items.
And also there are discussions about having a rotation of event items that are available through the loot goblin in the future. So chances are that we'll have only winter items during winter events. So the next event that starts on December 10th is your great opportunity to farm for summer, previous winter in Mooncake as well.
Sounds like we started the debate on the balancing of Lexington. Please leave Lexington alone, it's already meddling enough. If anything, it should get a slight buff in order to compete with the top ARs. And then I'm not going to read the rest. But again, we are not planning any change to Lexington.
Will there be an option to automatically disable modifiers when someone joins the game if the host has them disabled? So, as Yannick explained in the beginning, the group leader will have full control over the party and if the party plays with the modifiers or not.
So once again, is Lexington farmable? No, you get it once when you log in and that's it. How do I get my Lexington if my inventory is full? Right now you will not get it, and we are looking at that.
Yeah, once we have a solution, we'll just release the communications and explain what the next steps are going to be. But we'll definitely find a way to grant it to everyone who's missing it right now.
Why do you put the boomstick reload time to almost 4 seconds? It's useless now. Yeah, some of the reload times might have gone a bit overboard. I'm not saying this one specifically, but we know that there's been discussion on the reload times on some weapons, so we're going to look at that as well.
Will the Lexington be obtainable on Division 2 by logging into Division 1 as well, or does it only work with Division 2 login? So the way eligibility is decided, it's actually the system compares your data to both of those games, and you can get them in Division 1 and in Division 2.
Is the Stalker already out? Yes. To prevent that issue in the future, we should send it to our stash so we have to claim it. Yes. What about the problem of the comms earned by doing the scouts of the actual season by different characters? The design and the intention is that the comms should be account-wide. They are not right now, and we need to fix that. But by design, we want them to be account-wide, so they are not limited to the character that actually unlocked them.
Are you planning on making a feature that allows to refund expertise even if you get half your resources back?
No, and I know this is probably about balancing changes when we nerf something that was very popular and people have invested a lot of expertise resources, but at the moment at least we don't have any plans to have any kind of refund system for that. So maybe something to think on in the future. The idea is not to, allow you to just max out whatever you're using now and then refund it and then max out something else. I mean, the expertise is meant to be a bit of a commitment, but on the other hand, I also understand that when we change the balance and it's not your decision, then I understand that it can be a bit bitter to actually have invested so much into an item that is now not performing the same anymore. So with that in mind, in those cases, maybe there is some extra exceptions we could make, maybe.
Will we get back global events in Division 1? So that is something that is still under the investigation, and we are trying to allocate resources to look at it and have it fixed, but we cannot really give you a timeline right now. But it's still on the plate and still something that we're actively working on.
Expertise and watchback in conflict. I don't know. Is that something people want?
Can you please address the rifle audio bag and group play? Yeah, this is another thing that is currently under investigation, and it's a problem that we know of, and hopefully we'll find a resolution.
Bring the global event back to Tom Clancy's The Division game at last. How many promises can you make? You've been promising for a year now. That's for the second part. I wanted to quote that because we've addressed that already. Like we've been saying for a while, we are looking at it. I know it sounds like it's taking ages, and it's probably very hard to understand why it's so complicated, but it is actually very complicated for us to do that because we don't have any means to update or support Division 1 anymore. So there's a lot of things that are that don't exist anymore in that pipeline that we need to see how we can how we could actually bring back global events in Division 1. So we haven't, let's say we haven't promised, hey, it's going to come back. We have just been saying we're looking at it and we would like to bring it back, but we have to see what we can do.
I guess the biggest issue at this point is that there is a chance to mess up more things in favor of fixing one. So this is another big concern that we have.
Uh, 70k textiles and nothing to buy except Danny once a week. Yeah, we know. Textiles is it's a problem of its own. And we know a lot of people are sitting on a lot of them and have nothing to use it for.
Other modifiers plan to be linked to loadouts.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that earlier, but that's it would be good. It would be nice. And as I said, I think I don't know if the fact that it's not the case now, if it's a technical limitation or just something we haven't done yet. But that's would be a good improvement.
Why do you sometimes see hunters above the buildings? Just they're part-time construction workers, I think.
Because hunters gotta hunt. Yannick, want to join my clan? You can get good times in legendary missions and raids. Thank you for the offer, but nah, I'm good. I have my my own clan.
When will we get Lexington if our inventory is full? So we don't have the answer to that as of right now, but this is something that we'll definitely communicate once we have a solution to the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yannick runs the Manic Yannicks. These people should be copywriters, honestly.
Did you stop rogue spawning at control points? No. Not on purpose anyway. Or if they don't spawn anymore, that's a bug.
I'm gonna give Yannick a chance to answer 3 more questions. And then we'll have to go.
No, the pressure.
Do the easy ones. Survival mode, no.
NSA take earn needs to be increased in descent. Yeah, maybe. I think we need to look at descent and rewards and all of that at some point. The Division Resurgence, is it alive? as far as I know, yeah.
New hair and faces. There is always a room to add more.
When will it be possible to open multiple clothing containers? I don't know. Whenever we put the time into it. Any chance to get some of the masks from Division 1? Well, I don't think that would be a simple copy-paste, unfortunately. It would probably be more work than that. Yannick, viens dans mon clan, il est mieux, je peux te carry. Non, merci.
Our poor mod's been banning people for speaking languages other than English this entire time.
Oops. It's fine, we did that.
I didn't know we can do that. Where is Kelso? She's chilling in the van.
Kelso's fine, don't worry. Missing blueprints. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people asking about missing blueprints. I know I said last time, tell us which ones. But yeah, we need to look at that. And to be honest, I don't know if that's something we have already listed on the pipeline as something that needs to be done. If not, can discuss with the team to make sure that we're prioritizing that.
Oh, that's a good one. What happens if you can't complete the journey?
If you can't complete the journey?
Yep.
What would prevent you from completing it?
I mean, if, for example, someone starts playing the season very late.
If you start late, you might not unlock all the journey rewards.
Maybe not even modifiers, but that's actually an issue.
Well, I mean, the modifier disappears at the end of the season. So
yeah, but for the new difficulty, if you want to play the master difficulty, it's best to have all the modifiers equipped.
But you can grind them and unlock them. It's gonna be complicated, but that's it's still doable. Do you plan on fixing the raid leaderboards? I no longer can be number 1 in raid time unless I beat my old time before the reset. No, I'm not aware of that one. So something we need to look at. I'm on Journey 5 and the mods have not been dropping for me to complete this level. Is that the prime? But then you should be able to still get those mods in the priority objectives, right? Because these are passive modifiers we are asking you to use. My iron raid times are not being counted at all since reset. Okay. Bring apparel events back, please. Well, if this is about bringing back old ones, as I said, we need to see how we could make them work in the new season format. But as far as bringing back the feature of apparel events for new outfits, as I said earlier, this is something we're looking at, but in a different way. We want to bring back the essence of it, but not that exact specific feature.
Okay, I think
it's more than 3.
Yannick, exceeded the count. So there is a few last minutes for you guys to enter the giveaway, the Stalker giveaway. That's it for answering the questions. Blame me for being too strict, being like, we're on time. But before we go, first of all, happy Thanksgiving to everyone who celebrates. Obviously, we are working, but we're in Europe. But if you have a chance to enjoy a nice dinner with your loved ones and family, we hope you have a great evening. Don't forget about the 5XP event happening until December 1, including December 1. Also, winter event starts on December 10th, and there are going to be more announcements on our official pages regarding the opportunities to get the Stalker bundle keys and also the Stalker game keys. So stay tuned, and thank you so much for hopping on our live stream today. It was really fun answering all the questions, and hope to see you soon. Thank you, Yannick.
Thank you.
Bye.